Hello everyone, welcome to another Anthem livestream. My name is Jesse Anderson, one of two community managers on Anthem. Today on the sticks we've got AJ, so I will not be playing. And we have a very special guest today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Chris Schmidt. I am the lead systems designer on Anthem. And we're going to tell you about some cool stuff coming up.
All right, so can we swap to the gameplay? So as you see here, we're in Fort Tarsis. Chris, do you want to talk about a new thing we got coming up?
Yeah, so we have Elysian caches coming. And Elysian caches are caches at the end of strongholds right after you kill the boss, and they require a key to open. So how do I get a key? Well, every single day there's one daily that rewards you a key, and one of the changes we've made is if AJ hits the daily trials here, it actually shortcuts you straight to show all of your dailies. Previously there was like one panel that showed you one of your dailies. And then we indicate exactly which daily here gives you the key. So if he clicks into Legendary Contract here, I can see, yep, there's the key. Once I get that key, I can go into a stronghold and open a chest, and what happens is it gives me a piece of vanity or crafting mats for everyone that is present. So one chest will spawn something for all 4 people. I can always see on my HUD, you'll also notice next to coin, if you back out all the way, that I have a little icon there. It shows how many keys I have at all times, up in the upper left-hand corner there. With all those coins, 2 million coins, well done.
Wow, someone's been hoarding. So it's after the boss, you said, in a stronghold that happens.
Yeah, so the chests won't spawn in until you kill the boss, and then instead of that quest countdown timer or mission countdown timer that hits right now, you have a little bit of time to go open the chests. If everyone opens a chest, everyone gets all 4 pieces of cash loot, or if only one person has a key, that's cool too, everyone still benefits. So this is for a limited time, so you want to get in there. You'll never get a duplicate vanity piece. They're all exclusive to these chests, so once you get it, you've gotten it. It's not gonna, there's no dupes or anything like that. And there's lots of crafting mats in there. There's bundles of, I think, 30 Masterwork Embers at a time. So good stuff in there to go chase.
Awesome. So I know one question, a lot of players are probably thinking like, well, why do we want to kill the boss right now? I see a lot of community feedback of, it's not worth it to kill the boss. So do we have any other changes we're doing to boss loot? I
mean, I heard everyone loves the monitor so much that all they want to do is kill the monitor in Heart of Rage. But no, absolutely. So I had indicated also on Reddit, I think we've talked about it a little bit, that there were a number of issues there. So we've heard your feedback, we've looked at the problem, and there's a few things. The first of which, not loot related, is we're not gonna let you start into a stronghold more than about 2 minutes into it. So no more starting at the monitor. I'm really sorry. I know that's a bummer. But the loot itself, previously on bosses we had like 1 guaranteed masterwork, or depending on the difficulty, so GM2 would have a couple. But as everyone noted, that also prevented you from rolling a legendary. So what we've done is we've still maintained that 1 guaranteed masterwork, but we do additional rolls on the boss now, and it's uncapped. So you have a good chance of a legendary, and you should see more things coming off the boss. In addition to that, the chests that you see around in strongholds, even in free play, they've gotten a little bit of a boost as well, so you should see some more items coming from those.
I think that's a pretty solid reason to kill bosses now. Yeah. All right, so where we're at right now, AJ, can you go ahead and go into the Forge? So basically now, okay, so check this out. If you notice there, he didn't hit any loading screen. It just went right in. And
seems pretty quick.
Also, you notice you can get to it from the main menu. So if you back out from this menu 1 second, you can also access it from, if you just go into the options, you can just go right into it anywhere from in Fort Tarsis now. So
pretty cool.
Another improvement we've made to, speed things up a little bit.
And are those my components?
Oh yes, on the side now you can see all the components you've got equipped, so you don't have to go in and say, oh, what do I have equipped? You can just see it from right here.
So yeah, this is one of those examples of, what Chad's talked about and a number of people, that we have a lot of issues that we want to solve that take some time, but we want to do incremental steps to get us there. And so this is one of those incremental steps to improve kind of game flow, lesson loads, show you more information about your things. And so these things will continue to add up over time until we get to where we want to be.
Yep. All right, so now let's go ahead and hop into the other new thing, which is legendary missions. So we talked about this a little bit before, but essentially legendary missions are crit path, missions that you've done before. Once you did them once, that was it. You could never go back and do them again. So we've made the ability now where once a day there will be a legendary mission available, and it just cycles through randomly which one it'll be every day. Good news is you can run it as many times as you want. So if you're like, oh, I already ran it, but a friend needs it, you can still run it again and still get rewards at the end. I believe there's a chest you get at the end.
There's a chest at the end. There's also, what we've done is put in at least one apex creature. And what an apex creature is either like an Ursix, a Titan, a Luminary, or a, what am I missing? Missing something.
Is it, yeah, Luminary.
Ursix, Titan, Luminary,
Fury?
And Fury, yes.
Yeah,
that's
there we
correct.
go.
So yeah, what we've done is added those to the end, and those essentially are bosses that roll into some nice loot tables. And so anyway, what makes a legendary mission a little different is we took off the bookends, as we call them, which is the conversations you would have in Fort Tarsus at the beginning and the end. So you don't have to go get these missions. They're just on your map every day. You can repeat them pretty quickly. And then during the mission, we've actually amped up all the encounters. We've made them, basically balanced them to a full party, and we've made the encounters more difficult. So if you've noticed a difference between, say, a contract and a legendary contract, that's sort of the difference you can expect, except these things are tuned just below strongholds. So they should be a new kind of pretty challenging piece of content. And I believe we are coming out with 6 different missions. And as Jesse said, there will be one available each day, but you can run it as many times as you'd like. Next day, new mission. Run that as many times as you like.
Yep. So now we've jumped in here to a legendary mission. We've got Finding Old Friends. So nice emote there. But yeah, if you just want to get started here, AJ, and we'll start showing how it's changed a bit. So yeah, these have harder enemies now. They're upped in difficulty. So did you talk about how, I wasn't, sorry, halfway paying attention, I was seeing what chat was saying. But basically, enemies now are leveled up, essentially, right? So
Yeah.
if they were a regular Ursix before, it might be a legendary Ursix, or...
Yep, exactly. And so, we've basically added in, not only along the way, making the encounters a little more difficult, but at least if there was a former, let's say, named encounter, like, a named boss, now it's an actually named large boss. Like if it was maybe a Scar before, now perhaps it's an Ascari Elder, or a Titan or something like that. So they have ample opportunity for the increased loot drops that we added last week, which still apply to everything. So yeah, it should be a good time. It should be a decent challenge.
And so for those that didn't catch it, they are playing on GM1. So everyone is pretty geared up in this group. We'll see if anybody dies. AJ's already taken some damage. I don't know where your buddy's at. There we go. Let the Colossus run in there and do his job. So we also got some other notes and stuff we want to run through today of fixes coming in our next update, which is, we've kind of already established now what our updates are going to go by. So last one was 103 or 1.0.3. I just say 103, it's a little quicker. So 104 is our next update, which we're aiming for it to come out next week. As we get closer, we'll share a date of when that's going to land exactly. But so I guess we can kind of jump into some of these notes. So the first, well, we'll skip that one. I want to save that one for when AJ is not getting murdered, and we can have him show some cool things there. But so for one, a lot of people have been asking about NVIDIA DLSS support. It's here. It arrives next update. So for those of you with the RTX cards, it's your lucky day.
I'm safe, by the way.
Oh, so AJ is safe.
He's safe.
Can you go show us a new setting under video for PC players? So video here, and then you see a new tab here, field of view.
Is that FOV? Look at that. So there's lots of ways to tweak your FOV. We've got on the ground, zoomed, pilot. I don't need to read them all, but really cool. We were super happy to be able to get this in for you all. It's been very much a requested feature. And so, yeah, it's coming in 104 next week.
Yeah, yeah. So if you want, AJ, you want to show like ground FOV to show like just how much it can change. It's just max it up. Just crank it to 100. I mean, that's really cool. If you like being able to see, more around there, or if you want to get a tighter, whatever you want to play like.
If you like seeing your feet.
If you like seeing your feet.
Maybe that you're.
Let's see what chat says. They're kind of blowing up. They're like, first person. Nope, not quite first person. However, if you do the zoomed FOV, it can get pretty darn close. If you want to show that one, AJ, like if you zoom in on your gun, like it's pretty close, right? So it's pretty awesome. Like Chris said, we're happy we got that one in there.
Yeah, and this is flight cranked up all the way.
Yeah,
you can see it looks pretty different.
For people who like to go out and farm, it gives a way bigger view of the field.
Yeah.
See those harvest node locations. But yeah, I don't know if you want to keep those settings or not, AJ. That's totally your call. But
I think I'm good with this.
You good with that? All right, cool. All right, so yeah, that's one of the many things we got coming up. So another one, we've made some performance improvements. This one's kind of interesting. So the patch note is we've improved performance on gameplay effects that we're updating or running often to reduce performance strain. So for example, things like weather, the time of day, the UI. I don't know how that is really on the back end, but basically it's done in a way now that should help improve performance for some players.
Yeah, and when we say we're always improving performance, that's true. There's no one's ever finished, and so we have some changes here that should improve your experience, and we're just gonna keep doing it every single patch. We're always looking for opportunities to improve performance. So this is just one of those steps.
So let's see if we can grab a question. Stream, if you guys have any questions, try to not spam them. Makes it a little harder to read. We're looking on questions both from Twitch and Mixer, so we each have our source of truth to pull questions from.
Yep.
Let's see what we got here. Yep, people asking about performance increase, like we just spoke about that, of how we're always looking to improve that. Let's see. Any more to the story? I'll answer that one. So for some people who look at social media, a lot of the actors who portray the characters in Anthem were recently doing another mocap session. So I think that kind of speaks, that we're doing more story.
Yep.
Let's see, people like, more loot. We kind of already talked about it. We're making it better. You can get more loot from chests and bosses, and we're not done there. We're still making improvements.
Yeah, I see something about salvaging. We've made salvaging a little snappier in the vault, I believe.
Yep.
But again, that's just one step in the right direction. There's a lot of things we want to do there, but hopefully you'll see a difference where you can pretty rapidly.
The way I understand it now is before you would have to hit it and you see an animation. It was almost the same time if you just salvaged it straight from your menu after an expedition. So now it actually will be as you tap it. It's pretty much instant. Yep. So it should be way faster. So once this update drops, check it out. Let us know what you think of it. Components dropping for other javelins. So I know this has been talked about in the community a lot, where people are, they're playing an interceptor and they finally get a legendary, and then it's for a Colossus. Team's looking into it. What's going on there? I don't have any answers yet. Just team is aware and they're investigating what's going on there. There is a small % chance you can get a component for another javelin. That's the way it's intended. So, But yep, we're aware, looking into it. Let's see, any new enemies or bosses coming in the future? I'm sure there'll be something down the road.
Always looking to expand
Always
the game.
looking, right?
Yeah, we're not talking specifics,
No.
but yeah, I mean, we're interested in those things too. It's important to expand, the game world and to improve the experience. So we're definitely doing both of those things.
All right, so let's see. I will jump into a few more of the other notes we've got here. So also, this is just a preview of some of the stuff for the notes. This isn't everything that we're talking about here on stream. So you're aware of how big this update is. I think when I got done putting the patch notes together, they were 13 Word doc pages.
That's right.
So it's a lot. Very detailed. A lot of changes for components for javelins. Pretty much buffs across the board from what I saw in a lot of things, which made me smile.
Yeah, I see. Someone's asking about fog walls.
Oh, look at that's the next one I have on my notes.
Oh,
here.
it's actually
yeah.
Good question. Everyone loves fog walls. No, so we've done a pass and removed a lot of fog walls, especially the biggest offenders in strongholds. So we're pretty confident you should not run into many, if at all. But there's always a chance there's one left. But I think we've hit almost all of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Definitely some improvements there. And for players that are running into that issue in Temple of the Scar, if you do get stuck, you can select to respawn on your squad after the encounter's finished. It will move you ahead.
Yeah, you can go to your map, and then
Yep.
it's a button press there to respawn, and it'll just put you right into the right
It's
spot.
just a temporary until it's fixed in the update next week.
Yep.
Let's see, what else do we got? So we're still working on quick play, improving that with a lot of the missions. I know players are reporting they get in there. That Dominion spy, like I joke around that he was hiding really, really good because you couldn't find him. But so a lot of those issues fixed. And as an extra precautionary, what the team has done is once a quick play mission has reached a 15-minute timer, you can't matchmake into it anymore.
Yeah.
So if in the chance that one does break, you won't keep getting put into that same one over and over and over. So
Yeah, so ultimately what that means is your quick play experience should just be better.
Yep.
The odds that you get into a broken mission should be pretty low. And again, the stronghold issue, which was similar to quick play but different, when I queue into a stronghold, I should be at the beginning every time.
Yep, so for sure. Let's see. Oh, this one was interesting. People brought it to my attention, and I was like, oh, we're already fixing it. Cool. So if you were in a down state and you got your 30-second timer counting down, and someone attempted to revive you, and then they stopped, your timer would go back up to 30 seconds. So that is fixed. So now that doesn't happen anymore.
Less annoying.
Less annoying.
Absolutely.
Yep. That one was kind of like, oh. Let's see. We've done more fixes. I was actually talking to the team today on crashes that players were experiencing still. We fixed a lot more of different kind of scenarios that could cause you to crash. So we're still always looking to improve stability on that front.
Yep.
Oh yeah, here's another one that would randomly affect players. Being able to interact with items. So sometimes there'd be that one player in the group, they would be unable to interact with anything, whether it be reviving another player or
a room
or anything. Yeah. They wouldn't be able to, so that is also fixed.
A couple of nice changes that as we see AJ kind of flying around. We've increased for all javelins the max thrusters by about 20%, and we've decreased the overheat duration.
That one is
by 20%. So yeah, when you do overheat, you shouldn't overheat. It'll take longer to overheat, and when you do overheat, it should be for less time that you're down.
Yep.
So, especially with the storm hovering players like myself, that's a big one. That helps quite a bit.
Yep. So that went down pretty quick. And if you've been noticing whenever AJ's flying around here, that it takes a lot longer to overheat. So I can only imagine, and that's across all javelins. So I'm sure storms can just kind of really go to town with flying around even more.
I don't necessarily have components equipped that would extend that either.
Oh yeah, and AJ doesn't have components. I believe there's a universal component added in 103 that increased flight duration by another 50%. So I mean, with that combined, you can just really fly around for a long time.
Yep. I see a lot of people asking about, at least on Mixer, about waypoints on the map. We talk in general about we want to improve the nonverbal communication tools in Anthem, and that would include everything from like waypoints on the map or a way to communicate with somebody that's not just miming an emote. So definitely on our radar, definitely things we're looking into and building to. I don't have any specifics to share, but we hear you, and we're working towards it.
So interesting thing, AJ was, I know what he was trying to show me, and Camden there also. They're just spinny boys right now, but he's not pressing the button multiple times. So an improvement we've made, we heard player feedback. They don't like having to mash all the time. So once you start mailing with the interceptor, you can just press it once and hold it, and you can just change the direction where you want to go.
Just a blade machine now.
Now I did hear that doesn't apply to the ultimate.
Yeah.
We didn't want to do changes across the board, probably. So let us know feedback if you like still when you have that ultimate, just if it feels good, or if you'd like, no, I just want to hold the button down on that too. I mean,
just chain around.
We're listening. So let's see, what else do we got? Oh yeah, I just wrote a note here. Lots of changes to components and gear for all javelins. So I'm trying to remember some of the ones. I play Colossus a lot, so I was looking at those. But there was one where it was like best defense damage just increased across the board, I think 25%. It's either 20 or 25%, which I'm just like, okay, that's cool. So yeah, lots of buffs there. We are adding more universal components also in this next update. I've got them here, but
yeah, they're kind of targeted towards weapon and gunplay. So a couple of examples. Let's see. I like acid slugs, which is a enhanced. It's a shotgun-oriented one. So enhanced shotgun ammunition and increases damage. And if you hit 7 shotgun shots in a single burst, it applies acid on the target. Pretty cool.
Yeah. AJ, did you want to go in there, or you?
Yeah, I was waiting on. Sorry, I was.
No, you're fine. I just didn't know if you were scared to go talk to the princess.
I was showing some different field of view options here.
Cool. All right. Well, we can. Whenever you're ready, because I know there's more to this mission afterwards,
Yep.
And I'm sure players would like to see how it ends. Also, and be like, show us how it ends. Let's see. Any more cool? Can you guys buff more Masterworks? I want to say some of the Masterworks are being buffed also. I was looking through the notes.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of specifics, which makes up a lot of the pages of the patch notes, but especially for individual items. I see a lot of individual items being asked about. I don't remember them all off the top of my head, but there's a whole lot of fixes there and buffs.
Yep. There was a fix. I remember it was Bolt of the one that was for storms was broken, where they didn't get the buff. That's fixed.
Mm-hmm.
I know for storms it was like it just wasn't applying the right bonuses.
Yep.
So that one's been fixed. Let's see what else. You read that. We talked about that. We talked about a lot of this stuff. I'm trying to remember. I should have put more here. I knew there was more notes, but let's see. Also, spoiler if you haven't seen this scene before. Gosh, AJ. No, there's not too many big spoilers here. It's for anyone who's played the game, this is a really cool scene. And yeah, you get to re-watch the cutscenes in these too, which I think is pretty cool. But let's see, any other...
Yeah, someone asked about the acid slugs, what that is. It's a universal component, so that's added to the pool. There's one for each weapon that's been added, so that should bring some new interesting ways to play with weapon bonuses.
So I see this one. I'm not gonna dodge it. People are talking about the display bug with armor. So the team is still working on it. They've made some improvements so that it should. They've identified some of the things that were causing it. And it was, for those who were talking about it, there were two sides of it. There was a UI side to where it looked like you would have more or less health, and then the other one was you functionally would have less health.
Yep.
So I believe we've addressed most of that in the next update. But let us know if you see anything weird. But otherwise, we hope we've got it all.
Yep. A lot of these are it's just the reality. They're pretty complicated fixes. They have several components to them. So we make our fixes. We give it our best crack. We test, and inevitably sometimes at the last second there's a thing that'll pop up. But it's a lot of work to try to find all of the little pieces to fix. But we're working hard and we understand the frustration. And we're just attacking as much as we can.
Let's see. People are asking about Ranger updates. Like I said, all javelins across the board with their components and abilities have been pretty much buffed in some way from what I've seen. There might have been one that was like a slight decrease. I'm trying to remember what it was, but overall, like everything got pretty significantly boosted. A couple of abilities changed too. I know there was one on Colossus that made it so when you got hit, it increased like your like heat reduction or something like that, which was kind of like, oh, okay, that's cool. But now it's when you get hit, you just start doing more damage. So which is pretty cool. Once you're in there getting shot, you just start hitting things harder. Same with the Masterwork flamethrower. I forget the name of it. But basically, before on kills, it would start doing more damage. Now on hit, it starts doing more damage. So it's like the numbers went down on that, but now you don't have to kill things. You can just stack it right away from hitting things, which is pretty cool.
Yep. I've seen someone ask about the interact button occasionally not working. We covered that a little earlier. We have a fix in this patch for that. Also, I see a lot of questions about scaling. So I kind of talked about this a little online on a couple of different channels we have, but the scaling problem in general, there's a lot of pieces to some overall issues we're working towards, right? So in this game, as I imagine everyone realizes, things like scaling, difficulty, stats, progression, loot, they're all kind of tied together. And we understand that. And so there's not really any quick, immediate fixes for that. But what we did is, again, speaking to what Chad referred to on Twitter, we have a plan, we have a long-term plan, and then we work backwards, and we have these intermittent fixes to get us there. Or not intermittent, sorry, but these piecemeal fixes to get us there. So it's not a very quick thing to solve, but we are working towards the spot where scaling and progression and loot, and it all feels real nice and where we want it to be. So it's going to take a little while to get there, but again, each patch you should see incremental progress towards that, and scaling is one piece of that. So definitely, we're definitely aware and we're definitely working hard on it.
Well, people keep asking about it, even though I don't have an answer, but people are asking about luck. If we're looking at luck and what it does and thinking about it at all.
Yeah, we are looking at luck and we're thinking about it. Nothing to share. I have my opinions about luck, and they are probably similar to yours, but we're just trying to solve it the right way. So yes, absolutely looking at luck.
Cool.
Not this patch.
Not this patch.
But yeah.
Yep, and I see other people asking about things we've already talking about. New loading screen, yes. So that was an Elysian cache that you saw there. So that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's a fancy cache or chest or whatever you want to call it.
I'm sure people come up with their own unique name for it.
Yeah, and you'll notice it's pretty obvious. It's very similar to Stronghold chest. So once we do kill the boss in a Stronghold, you'll see there's the 4 caches and the icon is there. It's on your compass. Pretty easy to find. So should be no problem there.
I see someone asking here, support gear masterwork. So good question. Team is working on it still. Just want to make sure it's it's good, it's solid, it's not just another gear piece. So more on that later. I don't think there will be any in the next update, but probably shortly after that, I would say it's safe.
Yep, I see a lot of achievement fixes questions too, and yep, we have a lot that we're investigating. There isn't any really 1 or 2 achievements that are a problem. There's just a lot of different ones for different people. So it's complicated, but we are definitely investigating all of them to see if we can get a fix in for you. But nothing that I know of in this in the patch next week, but still on it.
Let's see, what else are people asking? Next javelin soon. What, you're already bored of the 4 we've got? Like, no way, man. Who knows what the future holds, but right now we got our javelins. People asking about a stat screen, like Ben has said on previous streams. Team is, looking at all ways we could possibly do that.
Yep.
I think we agree it's, something we would like to do, but we're, we don't want to just throw something together and it, doesn't meet the quality bar.
Right. Yes, agreed. And I just saw, sorry, I was train of thought. I just saw someone ask about the Bryn Quest bug, which I believe is the one where it disappears off of your map, if that's the same one. There's a similar one with strongholds, where some people, it could disappear off your map and you wouldn't be able to pick a stronghold. We do have that fixed for this next patch, and it should be fixed, I believe, for not only strongholds, but also contracts and other places it was popping up.
Yeah,
so.
I know there's some people with the Matthias, they were missing some.
Yeah.
So I believe we've addressed that. But yeah, no longer do you have to just message random people to, hey, my Tyrant Mine is missing. Can you group up with me so that I can run it again?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
now you can just run it by yourself, but probably not good. Stronger together.
No, no.
Let's see. Oh, this one. Can we skip cutscenes? So earlier, can you skip like how AJ was in the cutscene earlier on this legendary mission?
I believe, I could be wrong, and my phone will probably buzz if I am, but I believe if everyone in the party no, not for these, so never mind.
Oh, it's a... Oh.
Yeah, but these are only a couple of the missions have a mid-scene cutscene for the legendary missions. So the beginning and end, like we said in the beginning and end cinematics or cutscenes are taken out, so just the middle ones remain. And since these do rotate each day, and we do have 6, there should be lots of options during the week.
Got it. All right. Oh, open chest. This is it. This is your moment, man. Please be something good. Purples and blues. Really, AJ? You should have stacked that luck, man.
Sad
It's
trombone.
all your fault. This was on GM1 to where we didn't do, we didn't increase the loot drops.
That's correct. Yeah, GM2 and 3 have a pretty noticeable increase.
Especially 3. If you can hit 3, I've seen some amazing screenshots from players of they'll get 2 legendaries and like 5 masterworks from one thing, which results may vary. It is RNG on some of those things,
Yep. You should also start seeing more Masterwork Embers dropping in general from bosses, especially GM2, 3, but also from chests in the world.
Yeah, so it does apply to all chests. Also, did we say how it's not just loot, but you have a chance of getting embers also?
Yeah.
Like additional embers. So that was, I thought that was pretty cool. So you have that extra, I think it's like 4 items you can get on average, but there's a chance to get even more items and more embers from them. So,
yeah, and again, it's uncapped. There's 1 guaranteed masterwork, but every other role has a chance to be a legendary. So bosses should feel pretty good, pretty beefy.
I love the chat. They're just like, yep, all purples, all blues. But just remember, that was just one.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, those the increased drops from the bosses is coming in the patch next week, is what we're talking about.
And that does, so the increased drops, as I understood it, it does apply to GM 1, 2, and 3.
Mm-hmm.
It won't apply to normal or hard.
Yeah,
so
correct.
There's a chance for more loot, but then for the chance of like the higher drops is still just GM 2 and 3.
Yeah, and it's additive, so obviously more in GM2 and more in GM3, so it's not just across the board. It's additive depending on the difficulty, so you should notice a difference.
And did you just hop straight into the Forge? So AJ hopped, as you saw at the end of Expedition screen there, hopped right into the Forge and could, start equipping any gear or make any changes before he went back in to go to Fort Tarsus.
Yeah. So yeah, entering into the Forge, it's a pretty often used thing. So we've essentially made this, if he hits Activate Forge, it's essentially instant.
Yep.
1 step in the right direction. Also, as you notice, we've been hearing a lot about stat screen, as you mentioned earlier. 1 small step towards that point is we add, all the components in this view. You can see we're building towards a direction there, so definitely intentional.
Another thing I know we made some improvements on, I've seen a lot of people reporting the pilot data error. So we've made some more improvements there, so should encounter that less frequently.
Yeah. Yeah, lots of fixes there that are in next week's patch for sure.
Let's see. People want more customization. So actually, I saw some people asking, wondering why we had, I believe it was Storm and Ranger that had the new armor packs.
Yep.
And then they're like, okay, well, where's Interceptor and Colossus? They're coming. I believe they're coming with this next update. So like shortly after this next update happens, they'll be kind of like that equivalent style.
Yep.
For those two javelins.
Someone asked about consumable organization. I believe we have sorting by rarity and name as the first step in this patch, automatically sorted. And so, but again, and I've commented on this on Reddit. There's a lot of opportunities with consumables, and so this is just one step. We've heard you on things like, you know, the ability to craft multiple at once, or you know, how the flow is a little strange. We're working on that and looking into, you know, how we can smooth that whole thing out.
Yep. Let's see. Anything else cool before we where are you going, AJ? Just hopping into free play. I can't. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there are any other improvements there in free play. I don't know if there were any or not in there. So.
Yeah, there's some little things.
Tweaks.
Yeah, we noticed going in and out of the water.
Oh yeah. So there's like smoother transitions. I noticed that when playing the other day, like going into the water, out of the water. A lot of people were saying it was kind of jarring and felt stuttery. I did it. It's very smooth and it's pretty cool. Actually, if you could show like deep water anywhere and show that field of view slider also. Don't face plant into a puddle. That would not be good. Maybe up there by the Fortress of Dawn or something. Let's see if there's any other things. Don't face plant, man. We have Lisa over in the corner saying, "Do it." Yeah, people asking what's going on with SLI. I believe that's probably still being worked on. I know Chad talked about that before.
Yep.
Like I had said earlier, if you missed it, DLSS support is added this update. Still working on the SLI.
Stay focused. We'll see this through.
What is the top left map in free play? Some little square icons. Oh, what was that guy talking about? Did you have the map open, AJ? You're getting wrecked, son.
I just got hit by somebody.
Some mean things. Oh, open the map a second. Where you're at right here.
Yeah, check out your map.
So you see now you can. I don't know if we had that before.
I don't believe so.
I don't think we did, but now it shows the area of where a free play event is. So I believe even if you were to die and respawn, it would show you where that is still. I believe.
Yep.
So you can, you know, get back there and you're not like lost in the world. Let's see. Someone says yes. A couple people said yes. Oh, some people are like, it was there before. Well, if it was, it's still there. It's cool though.
Someone wants Grabbits to spew from the Tyrant Mine boss when you kill them. I agree. A little too soon for this patch, but that is a great idea.
Oh, that would be terrifying. That just.
Like a bunch of kids wearing a trench coat to go to the movies?
No, that.
Just
trench coat falls, all of these Grabbits pop out.
Just a gaggle of Grabbits that all they want to do is hug.
People, let's see. Grabbit Javelin win. I want to say there might be like some Grabbit finals, maybe. Pretty sure. We have to find out later.
We're big fans of Grabbits.
We
have
do
lots
like
of plans
Grabbits.
for Grabbits.
There will be more Grabbit things.
Patch ETA next week.
Yep.
So probably as we get closer to whenever the patch would hit, we'll probably share more details.
Yep. AJ, you were just letting me down with that loot, man.
I'm still in GM1.
They're still in GM1. Okay. That's fine. I won't hold it against you. And you're not, you don't have any luck. Luck is not on your side? It's okay. It's okay.
I'm trying hard to find like deep water right now.
Trying to find the water.
I think I spawned on
That
that.
relics unstable.
Let's see. What is this one? When are patch notes? They'll be shortly before whenever the update drops. Like we did before, where we post them like the day before. So probably do the same thing again. Want to make sure everything's in there. I know last time people were upset that we didn't have everything in there. So we want to triple check, make sure we aren't missing anything this time.
Yep.
We are not trying to hide anything. There's just a lot, like I said, 13 pages of notes.
Yep. A lot of moving parts. We're not ever going to intentionally keep a patch note from you, and then when we realize the mistake, we'll get them out as soon as possible, which I think we've been doing.
For sure. I see people talking about like with loot in here, they're like, you know, what's the point of GM1 if there's GM2? There's also a lot of people, you know, if they're not quite ready for GM2 and they just get in there and get stomped right away, GM1 is a good. Oh yes, we can show an image of that in a second. But basically, running a strongholds now on GM1 also will yield more loot.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
So strongholds are probably, I'd say, the best way to get loot after the update.
Yeah, and the changes we made last week do apply to all difficulty modes, which is those legendary creatures dropping more and better loot. So
Yep.
that still applies.
But yeah, like, I can't wait to get in there and try and see the changes on the bosses. Because I was one of those people who would quick play into Heart of Rage, and I would kill the monitor every time. I stuck around. I did not leave.
Doing a hero's work.
Doing the hero's work.
clearing
I'm
all
sure
those
everyone else is
strongholds.
like, oh man, just leave. But nope, didn't do it. Stuck around.
Here we go.
Oh wait, AJ found water.
We found deep water.
He found deep water. Okay. Is this the, oh yeah, see, it's like, it seems smoother there to me. Anyway, I don't know if anyone else thinks it looks smoother, but
I'm just gonna
dolphin dive.
Dolphin scepter.
Now people are going to ask for like dolphin armor that can look like a dolphin and just swim around. That's not a bad idea.
No, it's not at all.
And is that with the field of view pulled out, AJ, on the water?
No, this is default.
So show you won't drown. Just sit under the water, and then pull the field of view out. Because I know some people had mentioned they don't like how it looks underwater. So we can show players what it looks like when you're zoomed out a little bit on there. Yeah, 33%. Bump that up, 100. There you go. Looks pretty cool. And so if you leave the water now, it should zoom back in. Yoop. And then if you go back in, it's pretty cool. I like it.
Extreme.
More extreme. Uh-oh. What? AJ's gonna pilot field of view. What are you doing? Oh, I know what he's doing. It zooms in. So it's not too jarring. It doesn't just snap back, because that would make me not happy. So field of view only for PC? Yes. Just for performance reasons, I think, mainly. It's a little harder. It does put some more strain, I think, on resources with pulling out that camera view more. Someone's like, okay, I'm sold on the field of view slider. Sweet, man. Did it for you. Question, can we have more inventory space?
Yeah, we're investigating that. You know, inventory space isn't free on the back end in the database, so we're looking at anything we can squeeze out of it right now to see what we can do. So no promises, but we're definitely trying, because we know, especially as you explore different builds and different suits, that becomes a bigger and bigger need. And you know, as the game gets older, meaning, you know, in your first few hours, I don't have a whole ton of stuff I need to hang on to, but now, you know, I have lots of different horizontal builds I can do. So yeah, we're definitely we're aware. We're looking into it and seeing what we can do there, for sure.
Yep, we're not going to hide it. Someone's like, NPC vanished. Yes, it did. Which, I don't know if we talked about it. So sometimes there can be different things that can cause enemies to despawn. So like when a world event pops up, one of the things that would happen that really sucked is if you're fighting a Titan and then a world event appeared and someone else activated it, your Titan would disappear.
Yep.
But now that doesn't happen anymore.
Yep, we have that fixed for this patch.
Yep.
Next patch, so enjoy your sweet Titan loot.
All right, so I think that is about it for today. I think we've covered just about most of the stuff we want to. Like I said, update is dropping next week. As we get closer, we'll let you know exactly what day that is on, so you can plan accordingly. Patch notes will go up the day before, unless Ben tells me no. Ben will be back from Australia soon. He's, I think he's done hanging out with kangaroos and koalas.
And he'll be on a mission and have a very strong opinion about the patch notes. Maybe.
Yes,
I don't know.
he probably will. I'm sure he will. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in. So we hope you got a lot of information out this and you can know what to expect in the next update. Our next stream will be a couple weeks probably. We're trying to time it good with some more cool content coming to the game. If you look at that, our roadmap right now might give you some ideas of what we're going to show next time. Don't want to spoil it. You can guess what it might be. But yeah, any other parting words, Chris?
Enjoy the Elysian caches. Enjoy the legendary missions. I think they're a lot of fun. So let us know, though. Let us know what you think.
Keep the feedback coming. We're listening and we make changes based off of what everyone likes to see.
We read basically everything.
Everything. I read everything.
Yep.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Till
Thanks
next time.
a lot.